The new adaptive presets in ON1 Photo Raw 2023 could be a game changer. Now, how do adaptive presets work? Basically, they're presets, obviously, but the effects used on that preset can adapt to the image. For example, if we open our presets panel here, you're going to see this new icon with AI adaptive presets. You simply click that and we have several categories: architecture, bird and wildlife, food, etc. For this image, we'll go into studio portraits. Now currently there's only 6 categories here. I'd imagine there'll be more upon the initial release, but we can build our own, which I'll talk about in a minute. As I hover over these, you're going to see it's going to apply it just to the background. In this example, we have concrete background. In this example, this is a double exposure. There's also a rust option here. So let's go ahead and apply the concrete background one. Then if we go to our right panel here and open up the effects panel, you'll notice that ON1's already done the mask for you. Now it does need some tweaking here on the left side, which could be done fairly easily, but the AI picked up the background, did the mask itself, and was really just the click of a button. Now this photo I have of a tiger I took at the zoo many moons ago. We're going to go ahead and apply Healthy Glow on it. And you see with a click of a button, it's already applied its settings. Now, again, if we go into the effects panel here, you see that it's applied a glow effect and dynamic contrast. If we click on the mask, click view, you see that it's done all the masking for us. Now, the great thing about this is that you could create your own adaptive presets. So I'm going to make some simple adjustments here. So first, let's select Effects and add Filter. In Mask AI, we're going to select the sky here, and we'll select Color Balance. I'll bring the amount slider up to about 75, 76, and I quite like that actually. Then I'll go into the shadows here and bring the brightness down just a tad. And then we're going to apply a dynamic contrast to the buildings there. So we're going to click on Architecture in the Masks section. Let's click on Dynamic Contrast just to give it a little bit of punch. I'm going to leave the default settings. Obviously, you can adjust it. And then one more filter I'm going to create for the man-made ground. And I'm going to select Grunge. I'll bring the slider up just a tad to really emphasize that grunginess, okay? I know it's not perfect in terms of the sky mask selection here, but it's just for demo purposes. And again, this is a pre-release beta version, and those things can be improved upon the initial release. With that being said, we can head over into settings, and you'll find Save Settings as presets. Let's call this Adaptive Sky 1. Just for simplicity's sake, you can select the category here or add a new category yourself. I'll select the AI adaptive presets just to keep them in the same area and use the sky folder here. Now the key thing here is to open up effects and you'll have an option to apply the mask. So we're going to click on that, click on save. And then we're going to open up a similar image. Under presets, I'm going to select the sky selection. And here at the top is the preset that we just made. So I can go ahead and apply that. And now if we go into effects, you're going to see that it's applied the grunge to the ground. If I open up the mask there, you see under Mask AI, it's applied it to the ground. Here's the dynamic contrast filter. We open that up and look at the mask that it's created. That's also been applied to the buildings, to the architecture, and of course the sky. In a previous video, I mentioned how I was impressed with ON1 thinking about the workflow of the editor. And adaptive presets is kind of a big deal because there's a lot of times where I shoot in the same location, similar lighting outdoor, and if I can build a preset for a day's shoot, I really just have to build one preset, apply it to one photo, and do a batch process, and I'm done. So again, very impressive stuff from what I see so far. With that being said, there are a few things that you need to consider. The preset that we built had 3 masking elements: the sky, architecture, and man-made ground. If I apply the same preset to this image, you're going to see that something looks a bit off. So we have our color balance for the sky, dynamic contrast for the architecture, and then we have the grunge for the man-made ground. But if you look at the mask, no mask has been created. If I go into mask AI here, you see that it identifies the architecture, floor, and sky, but no man-made ground. Well, the simple fix for this is just to remove this filter because it's not recognizing man-made ground. Problem solved. The reason why I bring it up is for you to be aware of the adaptive presets that you're going to create. It may be better for you just to do presets for skies, for example. Like I created another warm sky version, and this uses just the sky masking. So I've applied it here, and you see it's warmed up the sky. Or you create category specific presets like with sky and architecture, and maybe you save them under the architecture section. Obviously, I wouldn't create a preset with sky and architecture for a wildlife photo. There's not going to be any architecture for the AI to pick up. I guess my point is be smart about creating your presets, and if all else fails, you can start all over and tweak them as you go along. As always, let me know in the comments below what you think about adaptive presets. And in case you haven't heard yet, one of the new things that is coming with ON1 2023 is Ocu Drone Skies. You can check out this video that explains it all. But until the next video, my friends, I'll see you when I see you.